Hello, my name is Shiloh, and I created a 5E lesson plan for a class, and I chose for subject and grade level divisibility in second grade. For the materials you will need to cut out 54 dots in different colors to mark the different numbers between 2 and 10. This way the students can visualize the numbers better. You will need to do this for each student. You can also buy plastic dots, but this way is cheaper but more time consuming. You could really only do 2 colors for odd and even numbers if you really wanted to. For TEKS, it is B6, number and operations. The student applies mathematical processes standards to connect repeated addition and subtraction to multiplication and division situations that involve equal groupings and shares. The student is expected to model, create, and describe contextual multiplication situations in which equivalent sets of concrete objects are joined, and model and create and describe contextual division situations in which a set of concrete objects is separated into equivalent sets. The learning objectives is divisibility tests for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And they will be learning that set of factors are finite, which is only of a certain amount. Now, to begin it off, I will start with a video, is what I would do for my lesson plan, and I will attach the link into the comment section whenever I post this video on YouTube. To go over one of the 4 main points is I'm going to go over exploration. The exploration of this lesson is that we will be counting colored dots that are made out of paper and using the colors to clearly see how many factors they can find from separating the dots. You could have them first divide the numbers of dots to find factors. Then you can have them multiply the smaller numbers to create the bigger one. This way you're connecting multiplication and division and seeing how they relate to each other. It also helps show that they are inverses of each other, and you can ask them how they can do it to make sure they're on the right track. You can break the numbers down and separate by setting aside a set of numbers until you find different factors of each color. So say you have 6, and I will be teaching them that you go over the you try to find the smallest number as a factor first. So out of 2 through 10, what's the smallest 2? So I'd be like, can you tell me how many sets of 2 are in 6? And so they'd be like 1, 2, 3, and then there's 3 sets of 2. And so they would say that 2 is a factor, and so is 3. This way it is easier to visualize and lay it out than try to do it in your head only. I will have them be working on a worksheet as we're going through this. So some questions I might ask is, how many factors have you found for the number 4? If there are 4 sets of 2 and 8, what times 2 equals 8? How did you come to this conclusion? How does this activity relate to your everyday life? Do you see the connection each number makes to another? And then some questions you might expect from your students is, how do I know that this is a factor exactly? What if I only have 1 dot left out of the main group? Is it a factor? Like say I asked them to find factors of 7, and I asked them to group it into groups of 2, and they got 6 out and there's 1, and they're asking like, what does that mean? And it obviously means that it's not a factor. And then another question they might ask is, what is a good way to start viewing and scanning for factors? And I personally would teach that it's easier to start with the smallest number and then work up from there, because it's just easier like that, and a lot of times they find pairs. The vocab we will be going over was odd, even, and factors. That is my lesson plan. Thank you.